It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaunt. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. The beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. And this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD. That moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 19 carries, 75 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Pickett. They'll swing this out to Fournette. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent. I'm quite sure that they envision a much better start to this.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back to telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up. and we'll break that one soon.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pickett now on first down. Open man is Duvernay. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take man coverage.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back in the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Over the middle, it's complete. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less. Back to throw, Pickett. Throwing middle, and it's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Fournette. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Fournette again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Pickett will look to throw it here. Well, nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down. To the air on first down with Pickett. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Pickett to throw on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Pickett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
First and 10, here's Pickett. In trouble, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. Trey Lance sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks have a long road back to 500, but they do move to 3-8 with a victory. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second.
Pickett now from the gun here. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Pickett's throw is on target to Duvernay. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Pickett back to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Running left is Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Fournette once more on 2nd down. And this one also slow developing as he's maybe getting back into the line of scrimmage. But not much more than that.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Got a man, it's Brown. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. And his pass incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time.
Pickett. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the gut, Fournette. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 51 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing. in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2nd and 10. It's Pickett again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Fournette running out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank. On 1st and 10, Pickett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. Dan under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Back to throw. Pickett. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or two, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will hold at 10. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Pickett. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
This has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
3rd and long for Pickett. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Over. A victory for Carolina, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion.